Hey folks, so let's take a look into quick links, and essentially this is the option located in the bottom right corner of your slideshow. Once you click it, some content slides out. You can have an image, you can have additional links, and some basic text to whatever section that needs to be described. Okay, so let's exit out of this and we'll go over to the demo that we are setting up. And in my case, if I click on quick links, nothing really happens because I don't really have any content here. So in order to add content to the following section, head on over to Flothemes section, then you go over to pages, and then you go to section 4.1, which is quick links. Here we have two different layouts for us to choose from. You basically have layout type A, which is 3 columns, and then you have layout type B, which is 2 columns. You can have an image and then some text. Though you also have additional sub-designs or sub-layouts, should I say, within layout type B. So type A is pretty simple overall. Basically, it's just 3 columns, and that's pretty much it. So what you can do is add or basically duplicate this type of design. And the way it works is essentially if you want to add, let's say, 3 columns at the top with links like we have in the following design. So we have large links here, here, and here, and then you want to have description text at the bottom. Basically, this would be as we scroll down here, we have blocks. This would be block 1, 2, 3, and this would be block 4, 5, and 6. So it all breaks down into 3 columns and just lines everything up accordingly. So let's get into the process. We'll show you how this works, and it'll just be much easier to understand this way. So first of all, you can adjust the background color. Click here, add in your color hex code, or simply choose the desired color with the color picker. Then also the elements color, this is your text color. I'll also choose that as well. So I'll leave this at default. So let's go ahead and add blocks. So you click on add block, and here we have 6 different blocks to choose from. We have big links, we have an image with links, then we have a link list, then we have social media icons, a spacer, and some text. So we'll click on big links. We'll click here to edit this, and you'll then need to click on add link, and this will be link title 1. Okay, and over here you add in whatever URL needs to be added. Okay, so this can be blog posts, galleries, pages, etc. I will just do this link title 2 and link title 3. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the process several times so we can add 3 columns. Now, as you scroll down here, you can also adjust the text. You can change the font, you can change your call to action button, which will show that call to action button in just a moment, and this is the actual call to action text. Okay, so let me just go ahead and add 3 or 2 more columns, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so I've added my links here. I'll then scroll up, click on update, and we'll go over to my home page, refresh this page, and once we click on quick links, here we go. We have title 1, 2, 3, and so forth, and essentially here we have our call to action button, or the title where it says continue, so you can edit that in the font as well. So here we have 3 columns. Now if I want to add text under column 1, column 2, column 3, I basically just need to add them as sections 4, 5, and 6. So what that would look like for you is this would be text column 1. So let's add this here. So text column 2, and this would be text column 3. Okay, so let's click here and we start the editing process. So I'm going to use some dummy text, but first I will add column 1 and then add my text here. Just like so. Okay, so copy this and just repeat the process. Okay, so now that's that done. Click on update and refresh our homepage once again. click on quick links, and voila. So here we have column 1, 2, 3. So the concept is very easy. Once again, everything is broken down simply into 3 columns, and once you add in your blocks, just add them as block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. So it's all pretty simple. Okay, so let's head on over to our next block. Yeah, this is pretty much it in terms of this area. There's really not much to it. Let's head on over to our next block, which is type B. And here we have, as mentioned, we have 2 additional layouts. Though before we get into those layouts, let me just mention one more thing real quick. For both options, for type A and type B, we have the option to adjust our width. So this can take up, let's say, 85% of our screen. I did have it set to 100%. So let's change this to 85% and just kind of see what we've come up with. Let's refresh this one more time. There we go. And you can see that this takes up 85%. And our logo is visible here on the side. So you can have it full screen, you can have it take up 50% of the screen, whatever option works best for you, depending, of course, also on how much content you have in this section as well. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and talk about layout type B. So within this area, once again, you can adjust the width. Let's change this to 100%, change the background color and the text colors. And here we have 2 different layouts for us to choose from. We have the blocks layout, which is somewhat similar to what we just did, but still a little bit different. We have area 1, and here, as we scroll down, we have area number 2. So as you can see, everything here is just kind of a mess. So let me just do this real quick. I'll remove all of the content from both areas, and then we'll just have a quick look. Okay, there we go. This is much easier to have an overview of. So here we have first area, which takes up 50% of the screen, and then we have our second area, which also takes up 50% of our right-hand side, and the top section is your left-hand side. So the concept remains the same. You click on Add Block, and here you get to choose whatever content you want to add. Let's say if we go with big links, and we'll repeat the process. You'll add in your titles. So let me just, to save us time, I'll do that. And then if you click on Add Block, once again, you can add, let's say, some text to it. So we'll click here, add our text. And for second area, we'll click on Add Block. And let's say we want to add image links in the following section. So we'll click on Edit. Once again, you can edit the fonts. Then you click on Add Image Link. You add your image here, drag and drop from your folder, from your computer into this upload area, or in my case, just select it from the media library. You then add in your title, subtitle, and that link. And this is pretty much it. Essentially, you then go ahead, click on Update, and if we go over to our home page, once again, we'll refresh this. And if we click on Quick Links, there we go. This is broken down, as you can see, into 2 sections. We have our big title links area, then we have our text area, and we have our image. So this is the first layout that we can accomplish with type B. As we head on over to layout number 2, which is the layout that we use within our demo, let me just show you once again. This is the layout that we use. We have our image, and then we have some additional links and content here. So what we're going to do is just basically rebuild the exact same layout that we have here. So what I'm going to do is copy this text as well, and then go back to the following section. So first of all, you'll start off with the following default layout, where you'll need to upload an image. So once again, drag and drop an image from your computer into this upload area, or select an image from your media library. Click on Select, it'll be added here. You then add in your link. You then have your title area, which appears just right over here. And then once again, we have our call to action button that can also be edited in the following area. Okay, and then the standard process of adjusting colors and your fonts in this section as well. So once you've added that, let's head on over to a second area. In this case, we'll just remove whatever content we have here, and we'll start off by essentially adding in big links. So we'll click on edit. This will be link 1, link 2, link 3, just to save us some time. And then we'll add in another block. So this will be a text block in our case, I believe, unless we have a separator. No, we need to have a separator, and then we have our text block, sorry. So let's remove that. Click on add block, then we'll add in our separator, and then we'll add in our second block of text. There we go. And just copy paste it here. Alright, now for the separator or the spacer, essentially you can make some very light edits in terms of height for the following areas. So by default we have the spacer at 90 pixels. So if you want to increase that, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, 90 pixels is a pretty good spacing for the following separator. Okay, so once we've added all of our content, let's go ahead and click on update, and we are refreshing our home page once again. Click on quick links. Whoops, need to do it one more time. And let's hope the magic works. Click on quick links, and voila, here we have our image, we have our title, then we have our big links in the following area, we have our spacer or the separator, and then we have our text. So the layout is identical to what we have within the following demo. So overall, quick links is a very easy option to work with, to build. It's very useful to have if you want to have quick and easy access to some strategically important info. Okay, so other than that, there's really not much to the following section. I hope everything makes sense. It's all quite intuitive, quite self-explanatory, but play around with it, see what type of content you have, see how that works out with the layouts that we provide, and just go from there. Okay, so thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys around later.